For those who are less familiar, what is ESG?
Uh, ESG is a set of non-financial measurements around environmental, social, and governance performance. And where you really see this come up is in the investing community and in public companies, because investors are using it more and more to gauge gauge a company's performance along with financial measurements. There's been quite a bit of research that shows companies that have a strong ESG rating do perform better over time. In general, they're just better managed companies, so it makes sense that performance would be an indicator of success. But although it really exists in that investing world, I think it also creates a great framework and touchstone for smaller companies that are looking to start their programs, because there's so many tools around it. And it also is a pretty broad umbrella between having both the environmental, the social, and the governance components, make it a broader framework to think about things in.
Yeah, totally. And I know from the kind of customer point of view as well, they're looking to work with companies that are thinking about these things and have them quite high on their agenda.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're really going to see that pressure go. I know we receive often from clients requests for information or diligence on various aspects in our performance, whether it be our environmental performance or how we're approaching diversity, equity, and inclusion. Certainly a lot of clients care about your governance, your ethics, how you approach anti-corruption. So we receive a lot of client inquiries, and I see this really growing, particularly in the area of carbon, because of the way that carbon accounting works. So as you see, larger companies need to measure their carbon footprint. That part of that is measuring the carbon footprint in their value chain. So there's definitely an increased expectation that from customers that companies be able to provide that information.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And you've touched on it there, but is there anything else as to why it's important for in-house counsel to be thinking about this?
Yeah, I see it as a few angles. There is a straight regulatory angle where you're seeing more and more regulations come up, whether it be transparency regulations in terms of reporting, or in some cases, actual substantive requirements. So that's a pretty straightforward case where general counsel need to make sure that their companies are in compliance. There's also really an opportunity here to help set, the moral compass or the standards for the organization. So, if you kind of take the ethics role and expand how you think about that, to be asking yourselves, all right, what is the right thing to do? And instead of getting into the details and creating that guiding compass for the organizations, expanding it out into environmental or social issues really provides an opportunity to build a deeper culture. Though general counsel touch so many of those issues, there's an opportunity to lead, but even if that sits in a different umbrella within your organization, there's also a strong opportunity to contribute.